Akhil Mathur. I work at Bell Labs in Bangalore. So we are a telecommunications research lab, and I'll be talking about a project that we started. So it's not really about mainstream media, but there is a different kind of media coming up in India, and which is called community media. So I'll tell you what it is and what we are exactly doing with it. So the fact that there is so much diversity at the grassroots in India, it's very hard for the mainstream media to cover, the issues that every local community faces. So in response to that, this new phenomenon has come up in the past 6-7 years. It's called community media, and the idea is that local communities, people from the local communities, they come together and start creating content which may be relevant to their own community members. So for example, in a rural area, people may talk about farming practices or any agriculture issues. In urban areas, they may talk about infrastructure problems, or if they face problems with the roads or electricity, etc. And these community radio stations are becoming very popular. There are several of them across India. And one recent example I can quote is, I think Osama wrote an article a few days back about a community radio station in Uttarakhand, sort of informing people during the recent tragedy about the relief and rescue operations. So the two key points that I want to take away, from this is, one, the content created by these radio stations are very relevant to the local communities at grassroots, and second, the people who are creating the content, they are also coming from the same communities. So there is a level of trust on the content, and after they create the content, basically it is essentially broadcasted over a FM radio as happens in other commercial FM stations. So there are several issues. Although the content is very relevant, but there are several technological issues which hamper the growth of these community radio stations. So firstly, there are some government regulations which restrict the reach of the radio station. So they can only operate within a certain radius, say 5 to 6 kilometers. So that is one restriction. And secondly, there are other sort of FM channels going on. So there is interference in their signals, or there are buildings which come in the way of the signals. So the reach is rather limited. Secondly, because they are a broadcast medium, there is no way for the listeners to sort of give any feedback on the program. So the interactivity in the entire system is fairly limited. Again, there are audio-based channels. So if there is any videos or any text kind of content, it cannot be distributed. Several people have complained that they often miss the programs because their schedule doesn't match with the broadcast schedule, and it's very hard to sort of archive or search for past content in the current setup. And again, it's a broadcast-based medium, so it's very hard to measure what is the exact listenership of the radio station. And if you don't know the exact listenership, it's hard to convince the advertisers to advertise on this platform. If you look at it technologically, obvious solution is if you can use mobile web to address this issue, mobile internet. And this is, there's several. I'll tell you the reasons. For example, if you broadcast something over the mobile internet, it can reach anyone, even living outside the geographical reach of the radio station. Mobile web is very interactive. People can leave comments, give feedback to the content creators. It can support multiple formats like audio, video, text. And the fact is, the infrastructure for mobile internet is sort of growing. It's already there in urban and semi-urban areas, and it's increasing in rural areas as well. Then,
Akhil, I'm sorry to interrupt, but rather than talking about the technology, can you actually just talk about your product?
Yeah.
So rather than, because we won't have time left for your product.
Sure, I'll just come to that. Yeah. And the final advantages are, mobile internet can enable on-demand access, and it can track the exact listeners and sort of bring more advertisement revenues. So this is how it works currently. So what happens is when these radio stations create any kind of audio content, so we give them a software installed on their computer. So they upload this audio content on a website, and then they have an option to send a SMS or a voice call, automated voice call to their listeners that, hey, I have uploaded some content. And we give a mobile app to the listeners, which can work on very, very low-end phones. Phones costing as low as 1,500 rupees. People can access that content, or audio streaming, they can access that content. So there are two key points here. One is I mean, there are other audio streaming solutions going on. So I mean, you may ask what's new about it. I mean, people have already implemented. So one key issue is that those solutions only work on high-end smartphones or on PCs. But we have made it possible to do audio streaming on very, very low-end phones, costing as low as 1,500 rupees. So I'll just show how it looks right now. So the interface is very simple. So because our end users are not very tech savvy, so the idea is that this interface, people sort of upload their content. And then this is the sort of mobile app that we have developed, which works on low-end phones. I mean, the screenshots are in English, but it's supported over. I mean, we have multilingual support. So they select some category of programs that they want to listen. They select the name of the radio jockeys, and basically select the program and starts audio streaming. So it's very simple interface because again the users are not very tech savvy. And then there is facility to add comments or listen to other users' comments and interact with the content. So I'll just finish up with telling you about how it helps the community radio. So again, the community radios can reach the interested audiences across the country. It may not be within that 5-6 kilometers they were restricted to earlier. There is more interaction in the system. The second point, because now we can track the exact listenership of a community radio station, it becomes much easier to go to an advertiser and tell, I can reach so many listeners, so start advertising on my platform. So that ability to attract advertisement is another aspect. And for the users, they can start listening to the content from anywhere. They don't have to be in the geographical reach or any time. They don't have to sort of stick to the broadcast schedule of the community radio. And so I'll just go to the final slides. I mean, I'll just tell you, some of the sort of comments that we got from the end users about this platform. So one person sort of comments that this lady, she wakes up at 6 a.m. in the morning for household chores, and at that time there is no other form of entertainment. There is no TV or radio program that she can watch. So because of that anytime access, she mentioned that she started listening to these programs. In comparison to FM, people said that with FM they had to put the earphones in the phone all the time, but now because with mobile internet we can do everything over loudspeaker, so that helped them. And there's also a notion that IVR systems can be used to access this audio content, but people mentioned that these programs are fairly long, like 45 minutes long, so listening on IVR doesn't make sense because it blocks their incoming calls. So that's why they preferred this mobile internet. And finally, I think one interesting aspect that came up was we asked the users that will you be willing to pay for this kind of content, and we asked the same question for entertainment content, that if you have to buy a data plan for this community's radio content and an entertainment content, which will you prefer? So for entertainment content, 75% of the users said that we don't want, we will never pay for entertainment content because they can just go to a local shop and buy pirated content for, like 40 rupees you can get 2 GB of latest entertainment content. So there was a very little willingness to pay for entertainment content, pay for internet charges to download entertainment content. But for this community radio content, people said that they are okay with up to 100 rupees because this content doesn't get, they don't get this content anywhere else. But of course they want that the service should be better than FM, and the programs must be up to date. Yeah, so with that I'll finish.